Hello everyone. Hello everyone, can you see me? There was some technical difficulty earlier. It has been taken care of now. Okay, I see Dhruv, Manav, many more people. Good. So it's all right. So it now things are fine. Okay. Okay, so let me start the session. Okay, good to know that you can see me and you can hear me very clearly. So that's all the good. Now let me just start the session and do some kind of this one. That 1 minute, let me open the, just a moment, give me a moment. Just a moment, my open board is taking some time to open up. You know, it's a tech world and these things do happen. Good evening everyone. I can see the known faces: Saswat Anand, Dhruv Gupta, Ayan Ghosh, Najam Sayyad. Welcome Yadnesh. My god, there are 7 or 6 windows open. Let me close them one by one. Okay, everyone. Okay, so can you hear me now? Yes, now I think things should be fine. Can someone just tell that yes, he is able to see me and hear me clearly? Yes. Okay, this are good. Okay, so first of all, to begin with some kind of news, some promotions, we have got Unacademy Ace UCL for JEE. You can stand a chance to get inspired by Sachin Tendulkar, none other than Sachin Tendulkar. Aptitude test on December 18, 19, 26, and 1 p.m. onwards. You also have some other things like Unacademy Champions League is back. Lot of prizes to be won and lot of scholarships. ITJ Mega Combat. This combat, one more feature is there here, that more than one choice correct. Those questions are especially included, and I think because people make a mistake in those questions, so I think that is the thing that is taken care of. So that's really a great feature, different from other thing. So do appear for the test. Then first time they are giving now gold medals and other thing like medals to students who are doing well. Then you've got JEE December offer, the iconic subscription. You see like 6 plus 1 and 18 plus 2. You are getting 2 months extension, and here 1 month. And there are some super batches starting: striker batch, rapid division batch, and excellence batch. Then you have got day 2 14th December schedule and day 3 15th December schedule for the camp that's going on. That's all for this promotion. A couple of words about me, those who came late or those who do not know. This is Alok Kumar, and I teach on live at Unacademy for JEE and other things. Like, you can check my credentials. You can also come to my AHA lectures and special classes and plus batches. Other things you can just Google to find out. Now I begin the main thing here now, that we have got this one. That today's our session is about that how Maths and Informatics Olympiad, they can be a gateway to prestigious institute. I mean that, you know, for JEE there is an exam called ITJ Advanced, and mains also. Of course, mains is the previous level. Similarly, there is exam for other thing, but then ITJ is of course a different thing. But Olympiad people normally, till now what was happening, that through Olympiad you won't get admission to ITJ or other thing. But now this is going to change because of the new initiatives put in place by many IITs and many other things. MIT of course recognized you always for doing wonderful at Maths Olympiad and Informatics Olympiad, but it's the first time that IITs also have taken note of it now. So I'll tell you the stages for some people and other thing also. You know about stages. So this is specifically about 2020, 2021, 22 because of the COVID. And so what they did, that earlier they used to have, let me tell you this thing. Earlier they used to have stage 1. Earlier they used to have stage 1. And then stage 2. And then 3 and 4. Now what is happening is that pre-regional is now called IOQM, because now it is not being happening. This RMO stage is gone. And then INMO is here coming up, INMO, right? So INMO is, so from here you just go to INMO, and then IMO training camp is there, but last time the training camp did not take place. It was actually offline. And then in offline also they did not conduct any test. Last time it was really different. They did not, and what they did, that top 6 people top 6 people, they only were given the chance to appear for the IMO. So they made up the Team India. So that was the last time. But hopefully, if this time if COVID improves, like although there is again a scare of Omicron, but still if the situation improves, then the HBCC may conduct the IMO TST, which last year was not conducted. Rather, the team was constituted by picking up top 6 performers on the INMO exam. So that was the last time. Is that clear? And then other stages, you know, that departure camp, and then it's the Olympiad, and then you go to like some venue is there. So this is about PRMO, RMO that you already know. So PRMO is IOQM, and then you can get the questions, by the way, on HBCC and also at MTA. MTA has newly come up, Mathematics Teachers Association. So on that you can find the questions. They officially conduct the exam in of course consultation with many other bodies. Regional RMO, Olympiad RMO is not happening this year, that I already clarified. And best performing students from RMO, they used to go to INMO. INMO of course is happening, but INMO is directly after IOQM now. So from IOQM is directly you are directly advancing to INMO, and then from INMO to this IMO training camp of course, but there is no test, so simply IMO TST. This is approximate number, and so they are saying students are accompanied by 4 teachers or mentors. Now comes the thing. See, earlier what was happening is that because this Olympiad is really a tough game. It is way tougher than IIT. Olympiad is way tougher than IIT. If you consider only maths, of course physics, Olympiad of course in physics, then that is tougher. So I mean that syllabus of IIT syllabus and Olympiad syllabus, there is a vast difference. And moreover, the problems differ in sophistication. The problems in Olympiad, maybe the syllabus is spread over 11 and 12. Many chapters are common, like polynomials, complex numbers. Leave geometry aside, then some amount of trigo. So they all are there in INMO also, and they are also asked questions on IOQM also. But the level of difficulty and level of sophistication, that is really different. That is quite high on Olympiad exams. You can know a question just by looking at it, that it belongs to Olympiad. By contrast, IIT problems, because they have to be answered in 3 minutes roughly, 1 question time, and so there is a pressure on the examiner to make it on the same level at least, right? But it's not here. Okay. Now after that, so what was happening is that IITs did not recognize Olympiad. Recognize means that they did not have admission if you are qualified for Olympiad. Other things were happening, like ISI Bangalore, Kolkata. In my time it was Kolkata. Okay, so all ISI like Kolkata, Bangalore, even Chennai campus, everything has come up. So this ISI offers admission to students on the basis of performance in Olympiad. Like if you are, it was INMO stage were there. After INMO it is called IMO TC, IMO training camp. It is called International Math Olympiad Training Camp. So if you are selected for INMO, selected means you have cleared INMO, not selected for INMO. If you cleared INMO, so after clearing INMO, you are invited to IMO TC, which happens in offline scenario at HBCSE, Home Yoga Center for Science and Education. So there you tend to get this IMO TC, and if you make it to IMO TC, that is you make it to INMO, and then their equivalent. So if you make it to INMO, that is you clear INMO, then you're invited to IMO TC, and it is at IMO TC that after doing this, you are actually invited for the ISI or this one, and it is admission is like just formality. I mean that of course you don't have to write the entrance exam separately, but you do have to apply for interview, but that is not a problem, right? So main idea is this one. So it means that this ISI or say CMI, they always recognize from the moment they came into existence. CMI of course came late to existence, so CMI started recognizing them early, and ISI of course have been recognizing them for a long time. This ISI to IMOTC student, right? Similarly for other Olympiad also, But recent times, what has captured students' interest, because some people really want to go to IIT because they keep hearing about, say, the big packages that IIT people corner, or maybe some people just like the idea of being an IIT. Some people might have their dream to make it to IIT, but they don't like physics or chemistry. This happens. Some people like maths, some people like physics, some people like chemistry, and so IITs had to come up with this one, because if you like, say, maths or physics, if you say like maths or physics, let me write here that if you like maths or physics, you can have your questions also. If you like maths, pure sciences, maths or physics or chemistry, and you want to study seriously maths for 2 years without getting distracted on the pressure of this kind of thing, pressure of IIT, where you have to read physics also and chemistry and some other also, right? So I mean that if this is there, then what can happen is that you may lose interest in maths also, or you may think, even if you're preparing, you may think that maybe I will not have a career, I will not have a future. And so it's a welcome move that IIT Mumbai and other IITs, they have started recognizing Olympiad in a big way. This will certainly give a boost. So I mean there is a mode of admission through Olympiad as well. That's the crux now. So those who love maths or physics and chemistry, and they really don't want to focus on other subjects because because there will be distraction, or they really want this kind of thing, that pure science thing, and their heart beats for one of the subject, then they can carry on, they can pursue their interest, and IIT will give them admission. So at the end of the day, their admission is secured. So what IIT Mumbai did, so IIT Mumbai, what they did, that IIT Mumbai, so B is for Bombay, so earlier name was Bombay, and name still is Bombay, IIT Bombay, but the place is Mumbai, right? So I will call it maybe IIT Bombay. So what IIT Bombay is doing, that IIT Bombay started way back, so you can check the report also, that so the director said that this type of lateral entry will help students who do better in certain subjects than others of JEE to be able to master a particular subject at IIT Bombay, right? Means if someone who has performed well in the National Olympiad for mathematics and approaches us, they will have to appear for entrance exam, and their performance will determine their entry to the course. I mean that you don't have to go to JEE, you don't have to write IIT JEE exam, IIT JEE, but what you have to do, that you have to approach them, the IIT Bombay, that I want admission to your maths program, because if you have done maths Olympiad, then they may take a test of their own thing. So they may take a test from their own side, not IIT, just one test by department, maths department, and there are some check and balance, and provided that they can take it. For example, it is written that IIT Bombay will be eligible for one of 6 seats if they are on the Indian National Mathematical Olympiad qualified list, INMO list. If they are INMO qualified list, then they will be one of 6 seats, one of 6. Okay, so maths department, and similarly for physics also some people have to be doing. So, and then other thing was this, that based on this you will find that till now, I read a report that till now some 8 or 6 students have taken admission. They have taken admission and they are studying from 2018. So that was about IIT Bombay. So IIT Bombay is doing this, so that's good. So all of you who love math or physics or something, then you can do. 1 year sufficient for IMO. No, Akash, 1 year is not sufficient. But the point is that if you are starting out and you are in class 8th and 9th, then you have time. But if you are starting out in class 11, then you don't have time much, because you have got 12, you are really busy, you have got your boards, and maybe if you are not good at Olympiad maths, then you might like to focus more on IIT or engineering or JEE mains, and so that way also you will have less time. So I think it requires more time. Is it clear my answer, or do you want something more to be elaborated? I answered a question by Akash. See, you cannot categorize that. Suppose I said 1 year, no, then you'll say 1.5, then 2 years, then 2.5. You can't measure it like that. If your heart beats for it, means if somebody who has been doing Olympiad problems from last 3 years, he has got any number of times enough, 1 year also, half an hour. Because he knows the culture, he just have to motivate himself and do lots of problems. so that his thinking capacity increases, right? But somebody who has not done, probably he will find to begin with that it's too tough, right? So you can't measure such thing in years. That is what I would say. But anyway, I'm welcome, like I'm open to any other questions from your side. So IIT Bombay, I told you that they will have to appear for entrance exam, and their performance will determine their entry to the course. Okay, that is for IIT Bombay National Olympiad. Then, so new course, it was new course. Then what did IIT Kanpur do? So IIT Kanpur also followed suit. IIT Kanpur, what they did, that IIT Kanpur recently announced alternative route for getting admission into the institute. So students who will qualify for globally acclaimed Olympiads in various subjects like physics, chemistry, maths. So physics, chemistry, maths, astronomy, or other thing. No, they will be. Astronomy is not there right now written, but then maybe that it will future. So at least physics, chemistry, maths, and informatics is there. So they will be eligible to apply for direct admission to the institute. However, the final decision regarding admission of the students lies with the respective departments and the institute senate. That's just formality. That might be possible, Akash. It depends on, you don't spend time because you have to spend time to get better, but because you love it and so you spend time. That's the idea. Nobody can spend time just in a machine manner, right? If they love it, then they will spend more time and they will be more interested. Now, so however, the final decision regarding admission will come through this department. So I mean, here what happened, that IIT Kanpur, they are saying that physics, chemistry, maths, informatics, they will give admission. So they will give admission, but then this admission will be based on, maybe they will have some globally acclaimed Olympiads. Means, I mean that they may be thinking that people qualify for IMO or something. Okay, that they have not said. So what good is, and then regarding the admission of these students, says respective departments, like you want to go to math department, and institute senate, they will decide that how to admit them and whether they are eligible to be admitted under this Olympiad quota. So this is to just recognize the talent, so that we can retain the talent in India rather than they are all going outside. So this is about this one. Any question here? Of course, China is doing well, that people are writing, but we are also doing well. Now, why they change and what they did? So Nitin Saxena, chairman, told that students who qualify for the International National Olympiads have already proved their abilities and do not need an additional date check in the form of the IIT JEE exam, right? Means already you have proved yourself, International Olympiad. So I don't think you need additional check in form of IIT, because IIT exam will be easier only, right? So that's what Nitin Saxena said. He himself an IIT guy, Olympiad guy maybe. And every year 6 Indian students represent the nation at globally acclaimed Olympiads. They go through a rigorous preparation process to pass through various government-held Olympiads. Okay, so this was saying of chairman UGRC committee. So I think it's a welcome news. Okay, unfortunately, a majority decided to pursue their higher education in institutes abroad. This framework has been put into place to try and retain this exceptional talent. This one, because ultimately what happened, that MIT, MIT, you can apply for MIT, and MIT can just take you based on your results in Olympiad. Many people have gone also previously, so that's a loss for India, and so they are saying that okay, they are trying to give you option here only. Is that clear? Okay. So these two are okay. That need to change other thing. IIT Kanpur, Mumbai. Other IIT of course will follow suit once these two get, because they are autonomous bodies. They will soon find out what is working for them. Okay. Then, so they are saying that this framework has been put into place to try and retain exceptional talent. Because of course Olympiad people are exceptional talent, and so they will go. Okay. Next will be exact framework. So they are saying students qualifying for Olympiads can apply to the Department of Specialized Subject. Specialized subject means if you have done your Maths Olympiad, you can go only to Maths Olympiad. If you're in Physics Olympiad, you can go only to Physics Olympiad, and so on and so forth. You won't go to any other thing. Let me just have my water. Then see, departments, see, it clearly written that exact framework regarding the acceptance or disqualification of their candidates is up to the respective departments, right? Calling for Olympiads. So departments may decide to hold a screening, may decide to hold. It's up to their wish. So departments may decide to hold a screening test. Process has not been decided. Based on the decision, the candidate's application will be forwarded to Senate, which will take the final call. So Senate is the final body. So IIT department will send the proposal that okay, you want to select those students, and then Senate can take the final call about the candidate's application. Okay, so they have got alternate mechanism based on principal agreement. So these are welcome things, which will go a long way in recognizing and fostering Olympiad in India. See, IIT Bombay had introduced a similar concept I told you in 2018 only, right? 2018, remember 2018 only. Such candidates who qualify for the International Maths Olympiad are eligible to apply for the Bachelor of Science in Maths program, Bachelor of Science in Mathematics program, of course, and earmarked 6 seats for respective students. However, final decision depends upon a screening process, post which the decision will be taken by the department and finally the institute's Senate. They will decide finally. Any questions based on this? That how they will decide, what they will do? Means process has been opaque, not made clear, but there is a process to fill 6 seats in Maths program. Similarly for other program also. So what is the reason? So there are solely students of Maths, generally Maths students which are early on that this will be their chosen area of selection. With the Olympiad route, we give them an option to stay focused by not having to prepare for other subjects that I told you, right? Means with Olympiad, what they are doing, that they are giving him an option to stay focused by not having to prepare for other subjects to appear in the IITJ exam. If IITJ, you cannot focus on Maths completely, no. You will have to study chemistry also, some physics also, and some people may not like it, right? So if they decide early on, then the best place for them is IIT or something, not this one. Even CMI IC also is there, okay, but ISI is more for stat, CMI is more for Maths type. So since 2018, see, the institute has taken few admissions based on the Olympiad route, tells Mahajan. I mean that few people have taken on Olympiad route because Olympiad is so tough, understandable, that few people will come forward. So this was about IIT Bombay and Kanpur. Now let's come to Informatics Olympiad. Any idea how it is conducted, all of you? Any idea? The corresponding stages, other thing. This also has gained momentum in India now, very much. Earlier it was not so popular as other Maths Olympiad or Science Olympiad, but now it is popular. Right? So in stage 1, what happens, that there is zonal round called ZIO or JCO. Now ZIO, this one. So you can write either this or attempt both, and then qualify through either one for clearly written. So there are two routes. Either you can write JIO or ZCO or both, and qualify through either one for INI 2022. Why this is different and why they have been given? So coding concept has increased these days, and people know that the coding are really important. Everybody is coding only, right? There is a boom in this kind of startup and other thing where you write so many codes. Now, Journal Administrative Olympiad region between this and the other one. Yes. Other one means JEDCO. So JEDIO and JEDCO, what is the difference? Major difference. Can someone tell? What is major difference? JIO versus JSO. JCO, actually JCO. JEDIO, Journal Informatics Olympiad versus Journal Informatics Olympiad versus Journal this one. No, JEDIO and JCO. So C for computing, right? C for computing. So here what happens, first difference is that in second level you do have to have some knowledge of programming. They have written what knowledge, but you have to have some knowledge. In JEDI you don't need. So many students of class 8 also are seen to crack this exam. If you check, you'll find from class 8 also many students are there. And then this one. So in this case, what happens in Informatics Olympiad, that you have got this the stage. That first is Journal Informatics Olympiad, logical reasoning puzzle, or same thing, that we'll say that JEDCO, Journal Computing Olympiad, correct? Any question till here? That's why it is named like this or something? Okay. See, you have got center list. This puzzle for means basically it is math. It is Journal Informatics Olympiad is mostly maths only, and math means it will test you number theory, combi, and geometry. These are the things it will test, right, in any of such exams. So that is one thing here. Then regular examination that tests analytical and computational reasoning. It will be administered in connection with the TCS one. This one. For this exam, students will have to solve the questions displayed on computer screen, and if you enter the final answer, they will be allowed to use pen and paper to solve the problem. Previous questions, CodeSafe, you can go to CodeSafe, wonderful site. Just like for math, there is called AOPS, Art of Problem Solving. In free time, you can also go to this one, this place. It's also good. Journal Computing Olympiad, JEDCO. So previous year's questions, you can go on CodeSafe. You can get that. Now, Journal Committee for Olympiad. Examination centers for JEDCO as currently confirmed. Already it happened. JEDIO happened on 5th of December, and this is to be held on 19th of this month. Okay, it's quite near now, and there are centers is there. Now the programming test. The language allowed for JCO is, I told you JCO has some kind of languages. So they have got C and C++ and Java and Python. And previous year's student CodeSafe is there here written. Others are similar. Stage 2, National Olympiad, INO, National Round. Algorithm programming exam is there. It is by name. And programming language permitted C++ only. C, Java and Python will not be available. And previous year's questions, codesafe.com on INOI practice. So you can check that INOI practice. Stage 3. Now IOI training camp is there, just like IMOTC. So everything will be taken care of by them. And then where do you get admission on the basis of this? So any idea? Where do you get admission on the basis of this? No, this camp happens in Chennai. Because the professor who is in charge of this exam, he's based in Chennai, and so this happens in Chennai. And IO training camp TC, that is top 35 students again, just like Mass Olympiad. Yes, anything? MIT, okay. Yeah, MIT, of course, like it has got much diverse thing. It does not mean that it will cover only those. But you've really done well at IMO, then of course it's a great achievement, and so IMO will of course recognize that. Now Stage 3 is IO training camp, similarly to IMOTC. Structure parallel, you write IMOTC. Let me write it here so that you can write, you can see clearly. That is, red works better. So this is IMOTC was there. Similarly, now you will have IOITC, Informatics Olympiad. So that also is nice, that you have to check. Any question based on this till now? So two things I said. In JIO or JIO, there is no knowledge of computing programming, suppose, but in JCO there is. There is small, like there is some test, and they are saying that you will have to enter the questions, and this all will be on this kind of thing. Okay, and center of course will be now this one. Earlier actually it was always offline, but INOI was offline, and INOI is online, but they did take the test and the team was sent. In maths the team was of course sent, but the list was not made. It was only basis of the INMO result here. So lesson is that you cannot afford to do bad in your INMO, right? Or JS, or if you JC or INOI. Okay. Okay. Any more questions first of all? Yes, any more questions? Though there is some technical glitch, I don't know how much it is buffering. That I can know only when I see the own recording. MIT is a different ballgame altogether. Manav, your question is about. No, Astronomy Olympiad. No, that is, I think that is. No, that does not get first represent. Nothing like that. If you see at IMO level or anything physical Olympiad, IMO or linguistic Olympiad, if you get a good medal, then anyway that will be helpful, right? It's not that they give more weightage to this subject and less to this. That is not the case. Okay, that I am sure about. That's not the case. Any more questions? And those who are putting for JCO and JDIO, they must go to CodeSafe. And you know, CodeSafe also is now part of Unacademy, right? So I mean that it's a complete solution. Okay, then after this I told you that JCO required knowledge. I told you also that this is programming test, and language weight allowed are this one, and C++ are Python. And previous year's questions, codesafe.com, IOI and JCO. That you stage 2 is that Indian National Olympiad Informatics, INOI, national, just like INMO. Again, programming language permitted plus minus C++ only, C, Java and Python will be available, and algorithm programming exam for advanced nature. Previous year's questions again you can find. League how happens? Now for Ivy League colleges, or say this one, the point is that you have to make your database. I mean that you have to make your credentials, and not only academic, other things also like community work, other work, some music. So like that you stand a better chance. Otherwise just even if you are good, then you may miss it. This is those kind of thing, but interesting. Okay, so this is this. The next is the school students who perform well in the second INO and third INO etc. As rounds of this one, they get special consideration for admission in the following. Special consideration, special. What is special about it? Can you read this? They are very good university also. One is private Amrita University. They offers a fully funded BTech, fully funded BTech on our CSC program. Correct? That's charming. That fully funded it is giving you, and but it is BTech honors. Okay, now CMI, a big shot. CMI offers direct admission to a student selected for IMTC 11 or this one. Means either they have gone to 11 or 12. This is the thing that they will do. CMI is also nice. Then Delhi offers, recently what Delhi offers bonus marks. So it is not direct admission, but it offers bonus marks to students selected for INOI and IOITC. They both are same thing. If somebody selected to INOI, then of course you will go to IOITC, right? Okay. So that is all right. So just say that IIT Delhi offers bonus marks to those people who are selected for IOITC, means who cleared INOI, right? Okay. Then Triple IT Hyderabad offers admission to via the Olympiad category students selected for IOITC. Means it is enough that you get a degree from, you get selected in IOITC. No need of representing or something, right? You might not have made the team also, that's fine. You might not have made a team, that's fine. But the point is that you must make this one. And then National University of Singapore NUS offers a special, NU offers special consideration for gold medalist at IMU. This is also interesting. University of Singapore is ranked really high, really good Singapore University, NUS. This is called National University of Singapore. So they are saying that this offers this via the Olympiad category, and then this offers a special consideration for gold medalist at INOI. For gold medalist, special consideration for gold medalist. For other not given, but others also it will be there. One of my students, of course, used this and he went to Chennai, right? So, but this is of course about Singapore. So Singapore, of course, those who went to CMI, that is different. CMI is different. This is of Singapore. Then let's say that University of Waterloo, Canada, this also offers this Olympiad scholarship, that Michael and Ophelia Lazardis scholarship, some name scholarship, Faculty of Mathematics, right? If you have done well, correct? So that was done well, means that they might have some standard, like they might be either asking your that in some cases they might be asking national credentials, or maybe that you have gone to IMO or INO or IOI medalist. IOI medalist, of course, is there, right? Then Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, HKUST, a good university, HKUST. So this university offers a scholarship scheme for IO gold medalist. So Delhi, they are saying that gold medalist will get this one. So that is also important. Then NTU, Nanyang Technical University, Singapore, that exempts IOI medalists from writing the entrance exam. Means they don't require to write entrance exam. You can simply write their exam, or some sort of thing will be there that you will get to know once you write them. So HKUST. So see, all good names are there, all big names. One is NUSC, IIT Delhi, then Triple IT Hyderabad, then NUS. After NUS, we have got University of Waterloo, Canada, then Hong Kong University of Science and Technology, and then Nanyang Technical University, NUA. Singapore exempts IOI medalists from writing the entrance exam, and National University of Singapore NUS offers a special consideration for IOI medalists. Special consideration. So these all are really special in some ways, and I think that it will motivate people to study for pure sciences, or maybe that for those who are good at maths or say coding, so they don't have to worry, their parents don't have to worry that where the child will go after 12, right? Because that's one thing. So that is, you don't have to worry. These universities, big universities of foreign also, and I think the list will keep growing in recent times. No, or in time to come also, it might have grown. In time to come also, it will be a trend. So I hope that will be really interesting for you all. So please think about it. If you like maths, or you like physics, or you like chemistry, or you like this one, then of course you can follow your heart, and you are sure that you will land up in a good university, like NUS, good university. This technical university also good. Hong Kong also is good. Okay, next go through this one. That International Institute of Information Technology Hyderabad, triple IIT Hyderabad. Then Olympiad mode. So see, lot of universities here also they are. Are you able to listen to me? Like, is there no technical glitch now? All right, perfect. Things are perfect. Some answer from your side, apart from some little buffering. Okay, University of Waterloo is excellent. It is really excellent, University of Waterloo. I mean that, see, Canada has got, if you go to the site of Canadian Mathematical Society, CMS, they have excellent questions, excellent thing. And Canada, of course, has an open policy. So I think that more and more people are willing. They also have, I read a newspaper report that they also have shortage of skilled workers. So even they're inviting other people also, not only this, but they're also inviting those people, like those say those who have graduated or those who are in software, and they also are relocating to Canada, many people. So that's good. HKUST, personally I have visited HKUST. I found it awesome. I was there in 2016, so I really found it. And they offer a scheme for IO gold medalist and also to IMO medalist, because one of my students went there and he was pursuing mathematics from there. And he, by the way, he also went to IMO, right? And then you are seeing Nanyang Technical University, another famous one, NTU in Singapore. Singapore has got anyway good level of maths, and then must be by corollary coding and other such stuff also. Okay. University for both they will provide, I think. But this faculty of mathematics, no, they provide the source. It depends on I think this one. You can check the Google, you can Google it, but I think it will depend on the case basis. It just says the scholarship is available. Like whoever is worthy, they can do, right? So there are two scenarios: either to only Olympiad, or to Olympiad or math both. No, whoever is like found eligible, right? So that might happen. So that can be easily checked. That you can check, all of you. Okay. Any other questions? So I'm telling this one, International Institute of Information Technology Hyderabad, that also offers admission through Olympiad mode. And here also same thing is there, that you see you will have Olympiad conducted by this one and offered program. And then see, this is written that NBHM program offered direct admission through this mode: Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and Master of Science in Computational Natural Sciences by Research. This is one course, this one. Then other is CLD, that is Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and Master of Science in Computational Linguistics by Research. Linguistic Olympiad also is there. And then other is Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science Engineering and Master of Science in Computer Science Engineering by Research. So I mean that these also are really good. So in one line, what is happening is that the scene in India is opening up now. Foreign of course were always open up, like Maths Olympiad is highly viewed by IMO, like by MIT or other Stanford. If you're an IMO medalist, that speaks a lot, because Maths Olympiad is the oldest of all Olympiads, and it is also considered the toughest, way tougher than physics or of course on astronomy or what not, right? So if you do well at IMO, then of course any person who is doing maths, he understands your level. He knows that you are doing almost impossible. As Jeff Smith said once, Jeff Smith is the advisory board chairman of IMO. He said once that these 6 kids are solving impossible problems, right? So we are calling them these problems challenging, but they're in fact impossible problems. I mean, that is the kind of glory associated with IMO. And of course it is true, right, that the problems are deeply sophisticated, even if they are based only on the class 11 12 syllabus in many cases, simple polynomials or other things, but then it's a clever web of intricacies and then all complicated details, and then that all go into making very beautiful problems. You suddenly see the light, and then you are happy that you really completed it. So those things keep happening. So I think that was all about this session. If you have any questions, I can still wait for some time and you can let me know. Yes, anyone having any last minute questions? Now that I have given you a tour of what universities and which courses are going to help you if you are studying, even studying maths or informatics Olympiad, you have done well at the competition contest. So I mean that questions are already answered, and it's all right. Okay, so it's, yeah, it's most precious and toughest contest, this IMO. Informatics also has now picked up really well, and it is looked forward by many people. But then IMO, of course, has been the toughest one, and some of the problems that IMO has become notorious by now. They're famous, their most infamous problem, and the toughest one of their kind. And there is documented history that okay, this problem was really the tough one. Okay then. So see you next week or sometime. Yes, Putnam is another exam, correct? But that is not for undergrad. Sorry, that is for undergrad. That is not for the students in class 12 or 11, not for high school. This IMO is that for high school, right? So IMO is little more. This means, see, at high school level you don't get to see such beautiful problems, right? That's seemingly impossible problems, and people do it. Yeah, my reaction when I saw the paper was of like, I normally like inequalities, other thing. So that was number 2 was inequality, and that was quite, I think, out of the world. And many people really predicted that although it looked simple, but then this would be difficult, and it was. And in fact, there were many fake solves also. Later I read the report, there were many fake solves. I mean that people just ignored something, and there were some beautiful, really good solutions. Yeah, IOP2 inequality is the toughest, maybe. Yeah, it happens. It's not that I can solve all of them, but of course, like I like to try them really well, and I reach some stage, and I am able to solve also many. So many you solve, many you don't solve. It's all about what your heart beats for. Like suppose I may like sometime geometry, I may like sometime inequalities, I may like sometime algebra and all those things. So it's all like, it's a level playing field. Once you learn the subject, then people are at the same level. I'll come back and I'll take a session on that also. That's some famous Olympiad problems maybe. Okay, but for now our view was to tell you that Olympiad has now come of age, and in India also it is being recognized, and universities, good universities are offering you admission without having to go through. In fact, JEE is the best example, like without having to write JEE, so that you can focus on your love, on your maths, on the things you always want to do. You can do this one. Yes, correct, that's true, that perfectly I would be another level. Okay, so that's all for now. So see you soon. Till then, goodbye, stay blessed. This is your favorite educator Alok signing off now. Okay, bye everyone. Thanks for coming and listening. Spread the word, spread the video, so that other people also might get the benefit. Okay then.